Hey guys, Duke CT here, and it's been a while, and I apologize for that. Don't worry, folks. My next review of Survivor Series will be up soon, hopefully by Sunday. Thanks again for all y'all support. Anyway, I gotta get some gripes about the WWE right quick, and these may be unpopular, but I don't really care at this point. First thing, Michael Cole. I know people have said, "Oh, he's just 180 and everything else." I just don't. I'm sorry. I think the WWE are just. I don't think it's possible to over push an announcer, but they have. I mean, besides the point. I mean, besides the points of him being on pay per view is fine. He needs to be on a pay per view, but Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, he doesn't need to be on all three shows. Hopefully, when NXT is done, he can be off on SmackDown and have Josh Matthews place King on Raw, and it would be a lot more interesting because when Josh Matthews was hosting, being commentator on Raw that episode, it was really it was a lot better. But if y'all don't understand what I'm saying is that you have this overindulgence of Michael Cole, it wears on you, and it just keeps wearing on me. Just listening to the pay-per-view stuff. I mean, as much as I think Michael Cole has finally got that personality, just like most things in WWE nowadays, instead of, you know, letting it blossom naturally, just force feeding it, and nothing really is going to become positive about this. And trust me, over time, people are going to see where I am at. It's not going to draw any money. It's not going to do anything else. Because honestly, the show is basically about an announcer yelling everything else, and can't really get it come up just because he's not a wrestler. It's just going to get to the point people are going to say, you know what, I'm not going to watch a guy basically just yell and scream for like 2, 3, 4, 5 shows or what have you. I'm not going to watch that, and they're going to just go walk off. They're going to leave, and that's already happened during the buy rates and television ratings and such. Next up, in my topic of WWE ranting now is Kane. I love Kane. I think Kane is one of the most talented big men ever. He gets shafted most of the time out during storylines. Um, see Katie Vick and see the whole Rey Mysterio masking thing in 2008. Yeah, he just Kane has never had the best luck in storylines, but since he did this whole Undertaker Nakoa storyline, he supposedly got steam, and I was on board with it. Kane was champ, and I was happy for a while. He had a pretty good match with him still at SummerSlam, but after that, it just went to just just went into monotony, and just the Undertaker and Kane, the Undertaker feud really soured me on it. I'm sorry, and including the match on the Survivor Series, I gave him one more shot. I'm sorry, Kane has been a bust as champion. I know some people don't want to hear this. I know people don't like me, like people say, because Kane is really a probably one of the best big men out there. He gets a lot of love, a lot of sympathy because he's a trooper. He goes through a lot of crappy storylines, and he should get rewarded with the big gold belt and something like that, like this final run. But I want y'all to be real honest. Has besides the Rey Mysterio match at SummerSlam, has any of the Kane and Undertaker matches been this time around been memorable? Are any matches Kane since besides Rey Mysterio? That's it. I haven't seen anything else from Kane that maybe the odd match from Kofi Kingston or something. Maybe they're gonna finally give Kofi Kingston that big push, have him win the belt. I doubt it, but hopefully it will happen. It just seems that there's Kofi. I would truly love to see the WWE say, you know what, we're gonna finally push this guy. We're gonna finally push Kofi Kingston and get Kane and everything else by at least a Royal Rumble or something. But honestly, Kane can finally have a good match because him and Edge had no chemistry at all, and the Undertaker and him I'm sorry, it's ranked up there with only until RVD and Van Dam, which honestly was probably one of the most boring hardcore matches I've seen. Kane and Undertaker took that route as well. That no holds barred match they had, it was completely utterly boring, including most of the no holds barred matches, including the Buried Alive and Hell in a Cell. It just was they didn't really connect. Kane has basically and this really soured me on him, and it just showed that the SmackDown roster is not as depth. Don't really have any depth at all. Plus, get rid of Luke Gallows and most of the SmackDown Luke Gallows and any other superstars like Shad and everything else doesn't really help matters either. I mean, this. I mean, it just seems. And I don't want to be mean. I don't want to take out on Kane, but maybe sometimes it's best not to be heavyweight champion. You know what I mean? It's not best to be. Uh, well, I mean, sometimes some careers are best not to be world champion. Maybe Kane shouldn't have been world champ because the way his matches are and the way he is, I mean, um, Kane, I mean, he himself wanted to push young guys and young talent, and I don't think I know he deserves this run. I know people think he deserves it, but come on now, be honest with yourself. Be honest with y'all. I mean, do you really think you look in the past matches he had? Do you honestly think he had anything memorable, or do you enjoy them? I didn't enjoy him. I watched him again. I keep watching. I mean, during this Summer Survivor Series review, I watch all these matches, and these matches, including Edge, I was disappointed. Hell, even Edge this year has disappointed me. I mean, he had a very good match against Jericho at WrestleMania, but it's at Extreme Rules. It was completely lifeless in a cage match. One of the most lifeless cage matches I ever seen. Yeah, and you know, and now the last but not least, the coup de grace. I'm going to be talking about the Miz winning the World Championship and the WWE title, more specifically. I watched the match. Um, he had and honestly, I had a couple of things I had to say. First off, the Miz needs a new finisher. Since yesterday, the Skull Crushing finale is not a finisher or champion. Hell, for not even a serious competitor in the main event. He needs to get a new finisher. He needs to get it ASAP. I don't care what y'all say. He needs a new finisher. Second, I just don't think the Miz is going to be a good champion. You know why I don't think he's a good champion? Let's see. A young wrestler ready to a young wrestler in the WWE becoming champion. I mean, you want me to point out the three wrestlers since the past what? Other than Cena and Orton, here's the last three young champions, new champions you had. CM Punk, who honestly bombed and had three chances. Let's see. Let's look at all the times he was world champion. Let's see. The first time he was champion, he was DQ'd by Batista when Kane came in and DQ'd, came in the match DQ for no reason. And didn't get a chance to fight for the championship when he gets his head punted by Randy Orton. And the 70th feud, he just forgot about the feud with Randy Orton and just went for the Intercontinental title. Next time he won the Money in the Bank, and the next time he won the World Heavyweight Championship, I think the match, he got DQ'd or he couldn't continue, so he couldn't lose the title. And then he lost to Night of Champions. Then he got it back at a ladder match. Then he loses it to The Undertaker. And the worst Hell in a Cell match I've ever seen. And now he's just, being the next commentator. From basically, yeah, that's really a step up from where he was, basically being, basically leading down Bulk and Skull, aka the state of society, leading down to just their own personal failings and such. But even that's a step up from Punk, where Punk was. I mean, announcing, leading the Straight Society to the next bubbling failure. That is a step up. Next, you have Sheamus, who won the championship and shocked the crowd. And what did WWE do to it? The next night, he only gets 2 mentions. Oh, he only gets 2 sightings. Just comes in at the beginning of the show and the end of the show. That's it. And since then, he came up and beat Evan Bourne a lot. Oh, he fought MVP too, but come on, he basically beat the hell out of Evan Bourne the entire reign. And then Randy Orton, he faced Randy Orton, and he got DQ'd. Then he finally got an Elimination Chamber. He eliminated Kofi Kingston and got pinned by Triple H. And he got pinned by Triple H at WrestleMania. And after that, he had a horrible street fight match with Triple H coming back once again. And, well, Sheamus wins by ending supposedly Triple H's career. He moves on to, Fatal 4-Way. The next is help him win the WWE title. And since after that, he basically wins the WWE title again and retains by lock once again by help of Nexus after, attacking John Cena, even though John Cena could have dropped down and won the championship. But no, he refused just to stay up there for whatever reason. I have no idea why. And then Sheamus goes around running away like a little bitch. In fact, even before Monday Night Raw, guess what? He did most of the time, not when Nexus ran around. He ran around looking like a little bitch, crying out for John Cena to protect him. And then after all that, he faced Randy Orton during SummerSlam in a DQ, having him knocked down and, then beaten down. You have to wonder where was Miz, waiting to get him for the WWE title, what have you. Money attacked Sheamus then, but that's just me. Then at Night of Champions, he faces Orton, loses it, and now he's basically jobbing to John Morrison. Just really has because that winning the title, that already has done wonders for his career. Yeah, basically being when he is, when he's not, because he's featured more when he's not champion than when he is. It's pretty sad. And last but not least, I go look at Jack Swagger. I mean, the guy beat Randy Orton clean in a street fight. It looked like things were looking up. But then, he got not only DQ'd against the Big Show, but made it look like a bitch in front of the Big Show. And, of course, Rey Mysterio, he loses the title to Rey Mysterio. Because, hey, injured people win world championship. And since then, he wins on this crazy broken ankle thing that leads to absolutely nowhere. And, basically goes down so far in the card that no one really gives a damn about Jack Swagger anymore. And people wonder why, yes, they're going to finally do something great with CM Punk. No, not CM Punk. They're going to do something great with The Miz. Really? They're going to do something great with The Miz after those 3 great examples? That The Miz will finally be, oh, yes, The Miz will be saved. Because, it's not like the WWE hasn't done this before. It's not that the WWE hasn't screwed up royally and basically made the champion completely, utterly meaningless before. Yeah, just think about that. And that's why I feel like The Miz winning the championship belt will eventually be, meaningless because, he will be, rendered meaningless by the WWE booking staff because they're still going to follow the John Cena plot line or what have you more than the whole everything else, whole Miz Orton thing. And somehow Orton will get finagled with the Nexus and everything else. Hell, he'll probably go after the Nexus first, while Miz will be only getting, a 5-minute promo, and, since Evan Bourne's not there, he'll just beat up on Yossi Tatsu for his defenses and such. That's what's going to happen since Evan Bourne is out for 2 months. Anyway, that's all I have to say here. Dixie T here. Peace and love. See y'all when I see y'all. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Hope y'all had some good times. Hope you enjoyed Black Friday, and it's now Black Saturday, I think. But anyway, that's all I have to say. See y'all when I see y'all. Later.